Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for those that have subscribed already. For those that have not, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the bell. So last night I was taking you on our journey, the Bowers family, keeping up with the Bowers family with our disabilities, and I chatted about our son Reese, and I chatted about how I injured my back, and we ended in 2019. So today we're going to continue. So what happened is I told you that for the last 3 years before 2019, I got RFs, radio frequency injections, to deaden the nerves in the spine, and cortisone injections and epidurals. And it helped for a while. So it helped for a year. And then the second one helped for about 8 months. The third one helped for about 6 months. Then in 2019, I went for one in July, and it didn't work at all. I had severe pain, and at the time I was still working. I ended up laying on the floor at work during my lunches, during my teas, because I couldn't take the pain. Um, I then met with my orthopedic again, and he said that because the injections aren't working anymore, the next step would be surgery, and it would be a double spinal fusion. So he'd fuse my L5 to my L4 to L5 and L5 to S1. That's in the lumbar region. So that's two fusions basically, with four screws in and the rods keeping the bones in place. So that was my only option. Yeah, and it was a big decision, having spinal surgery. You don't know whether you're going to be able to walk again. But I had faith, and I was in so much pain that I was willing to try anything just to take the pain away. I then signed, you have to sign this indemnity form. It was the worst day ever. Sign your life away to say if anything happens to you on the operating table. And it says, if you die, they will not be liable for your death. And I signed, and we had priests come over, and we had prayer meetings before I went to surgery. And yes, we did my surgery November 2019. For the 2 months before then, I was in so much pain, so I just wanted to be out of pain. I just told doctor, take me out of my misery. I had the fusion. I was in hospital for a week after fusion, because you need to wait for all the drainage, the blood to and the muck to come out via the drain. And then basically you have to do physio again, and the physio teaches you how to walk again. And once you are able to walk on your own, then you can be discharged. So I was in hospital for about a week, yeah, and I was discharged. Then your recovery period is about 6 to 10 weeks. For me, with double fusion, doctor said my recovery would be 12 to 14 weeks. And in that time, I had to have physio. I had physio once a week, but in December, my glutes were just pulling stiff, 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 and my nerves, I couldn't feel anything in my left foot, and I was rushed back to hospital in December. So stayed in hospital again for a week, and then came out of hospital. And we have this thing in our family: we go to Soetwater every December. We go in a caravan, and everybody was saying, oh, Janine, you won't be able to do it this year. You won't be able to do it this year. And I said, I'm laying at home. I can lay in the caravan. But we are going to Soetwater. And we went to Soetwater. And even though I'm laid, I managed to walk a little bit every day, do some physio, sit a little bit. But I camped, and I had a marvelous time, even though I couldn't do everything I would have done before. And then came January, and I was rushed back to hospital with severe pain, to the ER, and we just couldn't find the root of the pain. And then I saw a biokineticist in February. March, we decided to do another MRI, And then the MRI picked up that the nerve was impinged and the nerve was causing all this pain. And then in March, I had another surgery. So they opted to open me up again on the same cut, basically the same wound where I had 32 staples. They cut out the same wound open, and a discectomy is where they basically pushed the nerve away from the bone, and the nerve was so swollen, so they managed to free the nerve, and they stapled me back together and went to ICU. After ICU, physio in hospital, and discharged. In this time, I stayed in hospital for about 3 weeks, so was discharged after that. Yeah, and this was March, so it was the beginning of lockdown, and the surgeons just wanted to get me out of hospital. And March came to recover at home. April, May, I was doing well. I was doing physio. I was getting stronger. Then by July, something happened and I just couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do anything myself. And I went back to doctor in July and we had another MRI. And that MRI showed that there was my S1 disc was totally flat and was pushing all the way. It was bulging out all the way to the nerve. So the disc fluid was also running out. And in July, doctor made a decision, or he asked me, and he advised that it would be best just to remove the disc, the whole disc, and he would put in a prosthetic disc for me. And this was in July. But he also advised that because of COVID, it's not safe to be in hospital because 4 of his patients that he took into theater went into ICU and they contracted corona in hospital. So he gave me medication and he scheduled the operation for October. So July, August, September, October, for 3 months, I was in agony, but I was seeing not a neurosurgeon, I was seeing a biokineticist. I did hydrotherapy to help with the pain, and I was on Schedule 6 drugs. Up until today, I'm still on that drugs. So, yeah, luckily, October surgery went well. I've now got a prosthetic disc. He took my disc out. I've now got the prosthetic disc in, and the back is supposed to be fine. They said 6 to 12 weeks your back will be fine. I'm currently 4 months post TLIF, they call it, which is transformational lumbar interbody fusion. And 4 months after this TLIF, after putting in the prosthesis, I'm still in pain. I'm dependent on medication. I can only walk for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes 3 times a day, so that's 15 minutes for the whole day. I can only sit for 15 minutes for the whole day. I'm on a strict physio plan, going to gym, doing the hydrotherapy as well as a neuro program. I have flare-ups, so if I go to 2 shops in the mall, I will have a flare-up and I won't be able to walk the evening. And then I will, instead of going to the ER, I'll go to my physio and she will press out all the spasms. So it's really been tough. I mean, imagine December, everybody was out and about shopping and I had to limit myself to go to 1 shop per day, or go in the wheelchair. I've gotten so used to a wheelchair. Yeah, canal walk, definitely wheelchair. And we are still in January. I had my checkup with doctor in this week and I got another script. So I'm currently on doliprams, which is very strong and it's very good. Without this, I will be rolling on the floor in tears. So I take 2 doliprams 3 times a day. Okay, and this is a Schedule 5 drug. And then I'm also on PAX, which relaxes my muscles. So I take this twice a day. And it's like a Xanax. So Xanax, I take 2 milligrams at night, also to relax the muscles. And then I'm also on Myprocam, which is for the nerves, because I still have no feeling in my left leg. So yeah, this is basically a journey that I'm on, and it's a process, and it's still going to be a long process, but we are getting there. So from December, when I was walking for 3 minutes thrice a day, I'm now at 5 minutes 3 times a day. So there is progress, however, the progress is slow, and it all depends on the flare-ups. So because I'm a social butterfly and we love doing activities, once I'm on the medication, I feel like I can do anything. I can fly. So sometimes I do go overboard, and maybe go to 4 shops, and the next day I won't be able to walk, so it'll be a flare-up. So we're basically monitoring my flare-ups, and we're trying to reduce them, and I'm trying to do less, yeah, so that we can actually go further with this program in strengthening and not going back and back and back every time, but we can actually move forward. So that's my story up until today. Oh, I went to the neurologist today to get my results. As I told you, I will let you know about my results. Basically, the report says, because I had an EMG. An EMG is where they test your nerves to see if your nerves are still active or if your nerves are dead. So luckily, my nerves, even though I can't feel much in my left leg, my nerves are still intact in my left leg. So it's more muscular. But his findings was that I do have a lumbar spine disease. I've got functional neurological disorder with apparent left side weakness. And then I'm obviously got chronic neuropathic pain. So they basically say you're going to live with it for the rest of your life. How's it treatable? By going to physio, going to see a bio, and strengthening your back muscles daily. Yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching my vlog. In the next few days, I'll be loading some footage of our outings. We're taking my mother-in-law out tomorrow. I'm hoping to go on a boat trip at the waterfront. So with my dollar trams, I'm able to do at least an hour or two. So I'll let you know if I'm having any flare-ups, and I'll post you the vlog of our day out tomorrow at the waterfront. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the updates and all the tips and all the inspirational messages. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.